Welcome to SSCI 4020U, Leadership and Administration. I'm really excited about the semester that lies ahead. I know that the journey for you is going to be transformational. You're going to learn a lot about the theories around leadership, but I think as well you're going to learn personally how to be a better leader. And that will be something that will stand you in good stead for the rest of your life and the rest of your career. And so of course I'm excited about this 10 weeks ahead of us. I just today want to highlight for you some of the sort of key objectives of this course and talk about your project and how you want to approach this course to be successful. So let's do that. We're going to look at the course outline, the objectives, the grading, and just talk a little bit about your projects. So as we think about this course, I want to highlight that this course introduces, and that's really, really important. This is not meant to be a high-level research-driven leadership course, although it is undergirded by a tremendous amount of research. But it introduces you to the nature and structure of organizations and the behavior of individuals and groups within organizations. And then I want you to notice particular emphasis will be placed on the development of leadership skills within those organizations. So how are organizations structured? As complex adaptive systems, complex made up of many parts, adaptive, always changing based upon external and internal pressures. And systems, organizations are designed to accomplish a task. So they're a complex adaptive system, and as you think about that, an organization is a living organism made up of people, bounded by policy, supported by bureaucracy and administration. But ultimately, leadership becomes pivotal in the health and the well-being of that organization. And that's why leadership then becomes so important in developing those leadership skills. One of the things you'll notice in this course is that we highlight the fact that leaders are made, not born. You can have certain traits that might help you, but ultimately you need to develop skill sets and mindsets that help you become a better leader. So we also want to help you then realize that the knowledge and skills developed in this course will be applicable to a wide range of settings, both in the private and public sectors. Whether you're going into the corporate world, whether you're going into not-for-profit, or even into the public sector, becoming a public leader, such as in policing or in government. These lessons on leadership become foundational, and they are cross-boundary, they are cross-sectoral. They apply in all sectors. So how have we designed this course? We've designed it very specifically to facilitate online learning. It's an asynchronous course. That means that you and I will have very little interaction personally unless you set up office hours. And I'm obviously available to do that, so please make sure you email me. If you need to connect about anything in this course, we can set up an Adobe Connect session or a Zoom session, and we can meet virtually. But you will, in this course, have case studies, one every alternate week, case study that you'll work on with your team. And at the beginning of the semester, after you've watched this video, you need to go and select a team of up to 8 people that you're going to work with throughout the semester. So make sure you think about, who do I want to be a part of that team? Reach out to myself or the TA if you're having trouble getting into a team or forming a team. The other thing is, every alternate week, not only will you have case studies, but every alternate week you'll also then have discussion posts that you will need to respond to. And you will want to, I'll pose a question to you, you'll watch a video, I'll pose a question, you'll discuss it in terms of the reading that you've done that week, and you will need to respond to one of your classmates' discussion posts in a meaningful way. There is a rubric in the rubric section that outlines very clearly what we're expecting in the discussion posts and how we're going to grade those discussion posts. And so it's not just some sort of opinion that you forge. We're looking for, did you use the textbook? Did you look for outside sources? Did you interact in a meaningful way? Did you respond to a classmate in a meaningful way? And you can see the grade breakdown for each of those factors. You're going to need to develop a virtual team, and in week 8 we talk about virtual teams. And you can always jump ahead to that lecture video if you want some more information into that chapter. If you want some more information, chapter 10, on how to lead teams and virtual teams. But you're going to build a virtual team because this is a virtual course. And so you're going to want to meet with them via either Zoom, which gives you 40 minutes of free access meeting time, through WhatsApp, however you decide to structure that, Skype, but you want to set up a virtual team and facilitate virtual teamwork. You'll probably want to set up a Google Drive and some Google Docs and Google Forms and so on to work as a team. And then at the end of the course, in weeks 11 and 12, we are looking for your virtual team presentations. You'll either present those online, virtually, to me through Zoom or Adobe Connect and to the TA together, or through Zoom, or you might want to record your presentation. It's got to be no longer than, I think it says 10 minutes. We give the parameters in the project brief. So in this online course, you will have access to short video lecturettes, such as this one. Each week there's a short video lecturette outlining the objectives for that week and maybe drilling down on one or two of the key topics for that week. And then you'll work in a team to develop a project as described in the assignments folder. So you want to go to the assignments folder, you want to look at the project brief, and you'll see listed there a number of different projects. You can choose which project you want to work on. There is a contact person that you need to reach out to. Their email is there. Email them early. I wouldn't wait beyond week 2. You want to get going on this project right away. But reach out, email them, and set up a time to meet with them virtually and just discuss the project, what you would like to do in the project according to what they've described as the needs, and then make sure that you're aligned with their goals and objectives for the project. And then you're also expected to write the MindTap quizzes. So you'll read your chapter in your textbook, Richard L. Daft textbook, virtually or in the ebook, and then you will write the quiz. Okay? And so there will be 10 quizzes for the 10 chapters, and you want to make sure you get each of those quizzes done. There is a deadline at the end of each week. The quizzes then are shut down. And you want to participate in the asynchronous threaded discussions, the presentations, and the case studies. So those are the key areas you want to make sure you focus on. Your required text is the ebook and MindTap version of Richard L. Daft's Leadership Experience, the 7th edition. It's published by Nelson, and of course you purchase the bundle from either the bookstore or you can purchase it just by going to the website. And I will and have made that link available in Blackboard, so you can just tap on that and purchase the book. All right, so let's just quickly talk about your team and teamwork. As I mentioned, you want to select at least 6 people to form your team, preferably no more than 8, 10 if you must, but I find that 10, the teams seem to struggle to remain cohesive, and often then there's free rider behavior or social loafing. So at least 6 people in your team. Please let the TA know the composition of your team by the end of the first week. So you want to select your team, and then you want to let the TA know who is in your team, so that we can then bundle those in Blackboard effectively, so that when the grading occurs for your case studies, each team member gets the grade. Now, I just want to add a caveat to that. When you submit your case study, if you have a team member that did not contribute to that case study, please do not include their names on the case study. That's really, really important. Because if team members are not doing the work, I don't think it's fair then that they get the grade. So you need to leave their names off that case study. We'll reach out to them and find out what's going on and why it is that they are not contributing, and maybe help them to facilitate a make-up assignment if need be. So just don't automatically put everybody's name on. Please review the leadership team assignment. That's in the assignments folder. Have a look at it. Select your team according to what you see the needs are. If you can, think about who you'd like on your team, what strengths they have. Make sure your team is diverse in terms of gender, diverse in terms of age if possible, diverse in terms of major, whether it's criminology or legal studies or international development. If you can just build a very diverse team, I think that would be very important. And please, please, please ensure that you develop a team charter using the sample charters that we've included in Blackboard. So develop your team charter early, because in your presentation you're going to want to talk about how you formed the charter, how the charter normed and aligned your team, and how you use that charter throughout the semester. All right, our evaluation method, very quickly. Bi-weekly case studies. There's 5 of them. They count for 20%, and you do them as a team. But remember, if a team member did not participate, please don't include their name. We have bi-weekly asynchronous discussion. That counts for 25% of your grade, and that you do as an individual. The team doesn't put the discussion post down. You as an individual will respond to that. We also have the MindTap textbook reading, and that you have to do every week. You read the chapter. That's individual, and that counts for 20% of your grade as you do those quizzes. And then finally, in the last 2 weeks of the course, you'll do your team presentation, and that counts for 35% of your grade for this course. I just want to mention our late submission policy very quickly. If you're 1 day late, you lose 10%. If you're 2 days late, 2 to 5 days late, you lose 20%. If you're 6 to 8 days late, you lose 40%. And if you're 9 or more days late, you get a 0% grade unless you reach out to me or the TA and discuss with us what actually might be happening there, and we can help you to then work through that. In Blackboard, you'll find the rubrics or assignment guide for the team assignment and for the asynchronous discussion post. So look for the rubrics folder. As I mentioned, here's the rubric for the discussion, and you can go through that more in Blackboard. I'm looking forward to a great 10 weeks with you, 12 weeks with you. I'm excited about what this course is going to do in your lives personally and to prepare you for the great careers ahead that each of you will have. Thanks so much.